So I can only thank you for the support that you have given me. I'm glad that people have been able to see a different side of me over these years, because like he said, I have always been that fucking mouthy scouser. And you know why I've been that? Because I always wanted to earn money through this, and I knew that's what people want. No one wants to see two fellas shake hands. No one wants to see two fellas. What they want to see, and what you all tune in to see, is some fella who goes, I'm going to punch your fucking face in, and you're going to punch my fucking face in. It's a shame that boxing's got to that, but it has. The mainstream boxing fans, it's gone so far down the ranks that it takes a lunatic to excite people again. And that's sad. That shows you how irrelevant boxing is becoming. But now, because of him, it's basically mainstream again. Anthony Joshua is as big a name as any footballer in this country, let's be honest. And when was the last time that a boxer in this country was a global name? There is no one. There is no other boxer in this country besides him. Nobody knows everyone like they know AJ, and he built that. He built him from scratch, from the very start up. So, and I've been very fortunate to be around these people. So when I started off, you got to remember, these Olympic gold medalists weren't flying around. I remember Chunky turning pro as an Olympic gold medalist, but there was never the excitement, and there was never everyone wanted to see them turn up at the shows. I mean, football stadiums getting sold out, and it's not just a one-off for like a super unification fight like Calzaghe and Kessler did many years ago. This is happening on a regular basis. Boxing in this country now is at an all-time high, and people will say Tony Bellew saying that because he's really there. No, because that's because he's done it. He's made us. He's made me. He's made my family financially secure for the rest of my life. I never have to work again if I don't want to. And let me tell you, as a kid leaving school with no qualifications, I never dreamed that possible. I never ever thought that was even a pipe dream. So I'm very happy with what I've done. Thank you all for what you've done for me writing over the years. Even the detractors, when you've picked me to get beat, thank you, because you've just motivated me. Tonight I threw one final shot at the dice. I'm not sorry I took him on. Usually fights in my position would say it was one too many. I'm not sorry I took him on, because I wouldn't have been able to live with myself if I didn't take on the challenge. I had to. When he called me name, I had to take it on. In my mind, I had no choice. It wasn't his. He didn't at best agree when I first called him. He did immediately, because he knows how good I can be. And my team and my people around me, Gary, Fran, my dad, my bird, it's been a long road. My wife, sorry. My wife. Yeah, my wife. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Because without her, mate, I'd have been locked up in a jail cell doing fucking madness. And I can promise you that, because I was always going to earn money. I'm a driven person, mate, and I'll found it one way. It's down to that girl. I was going to say bird again. And down to my wife that I'm not in that position. I found a way to do things the right way. My kids should be very proud of me, as I am proud of my father for the job that he's done with me and my mother. But understand me, in Liverpool, where I'm from, you leave school with no qualifications, you have nothing. You don't do fuck all. You do what everyone else works. So, thank you very much. I hate to end on a sour note. I've lived the dream. I've lived the dream. Tonight I took one final roll at the dice, and I gave it everything I had. And the fact of the matter is, I just got tired. And I got beat up by a fantastic fighter, an absolutely brilliant champion. As I told him in the back when we were doing our drug tests, I only hope he doesn't go to the Giants, because they're the only people that'll beat him. The Giants may be too much, but I'll tell you something, anyone who's in and around 6'3", he'll fucking ping them, and he'll make fools of people, because his footwork is exceptional. I was a fan before, and I'm a fan after, and I just hope people remember me for the nights at Goodison, and I'm so happy that I've done it. Goodison Park, I can't. Even winning tonight wouldn't have even been touching the sides. I'm amazed I've had the reception I've had. It's a scouting in Manchester, and I can't believe they cheered them, and they did, so I'm amazed. For those who don't understand me, Scousers hate Manx and Manx hate Scousers. That's just the way it is. But tonight they were brilliant for me. So Manchester, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. Every one of you guys, I appreciate you've wrote stories, you've done whatever you've done. But thank you. The only other way thing to say is now is, I just want to disappear. Please leave me alone.
Before we go around,
can you give us a little idea of what the future holds?
I just want to be a normal person, mate. I've never wanted anything more than just being a normal man. You know what? I look back and I'm getting the 2 buses to Rotunda ABC, the 86 and the 27. Being around Jimmy Albertina, the greatest, one of the greatest people I've ever met. I just want to live normal life. I want to be able to have a laugh with my mates, or I want to be able to go for a meal with my family and someone's not video me eating food. I can't wait to play footy again. I'm shy, but you know what I mean. I can strike a ball with 2 feet. I start playing the shooties, you know. I went to Finch Farm and I've been there all week getting treatment on my body for the last couple of weeks. So the players and my friends, and as you can imagine, I idolise the players. I'm a mad Everton fan. So they've got this shooties that they have, and I'm only allowed to play the physios. The players aren't allowed to play, but I'm going to force a couple of the players to play my shooties. I'm going to force them to lose as well, so I can walk out, and at the end of my career I can be a fucking winner at something, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to say, I've been beat up. One is I've got to let me beat us in the fucking game of shooties. So I don't know, what does the future hold? I just want, in all honesty, I wanted to disappear. My plan was to fulfil my media obligations that I always do, and then November the 15th, change my number and give it to very few. In all honesty, I know I'm perceived as someone who's a loudmouth and a fucking lunatic, but I'm just quiet, mate. I don't want big things. I just want a nice life. All I want is to be happy, and my children to be happy. I don't really give a shit about much else. That's all I want. I want to be able to, when I feel like going holiday, and it's amazing that I can do that. I woke up on Boxing Day this year and said to my kids, you know what, let's just go on holiday. I can't believe I was able to do it. And little things like that mean the world to me. So, yeah, I don't want to brag or say, you know, I've earned all this. Yeah, I have earned a small fortune. I've earned 500 grand for the first day. I earned 500 grand for the second day rematch. And tonight I've earned another 5 grand, 500. So I've won 1.5 million. And I've invested every single penny. So it's gone great. So for the taxman, if he's listening, I'll pay you your bills what you want, mate, because I'll give you a fucking I'll give you well over the odds of what I've just told you I've earned. So, listen, ultimately, I can't thank my team enough. My wife, my dad, my mum, my family, my brother, and then massive parts of them is these two. Rotunda ABC changed my life. I didn't start there. I started Stockbridge ABC, but when I went to Rotunda, I realised I met a man called Jimmy Albertina, and it changed everything for me. It made me realise that I could make a living out of boxing. When I met Dave Caldwell, I realised that living, and I realised that boxing was just more than me going out and cheering someone and telling everyone I'm great. I realised it was about how I learned to defend myself, how I learned to counterpunch. All the success that I've had later in my career is down to him. Thank you very much to Mick McAllister, a brilliant coach, a really good man. Like I say, I just wish I would have started with them. The most important thing in business at these kind of levels is trust and honesty. And while we've had many arguments, while we've had many ups and downs, he's always been honest. He's always told me what's coming in and what's going out. And that, you can't buy that. Matchroom Boxing is the most honest organisation boxing's ever seen. And believe you me, this fucking shithole has got a lot of scumbags in it. You guys are all journalists here. Talk to fighters. Just talk to the fighters. See how many have been ripped off. See how many have been broken down. See how many have been took to the cleaners. If it's not managers, it's promoters. Just look. I'm not telling you lies. Just speak to the fighters. They'll tell you saying, I couldn't have asked for a better person to look after my career. And I'm not, like I say, people say it's kissing his ass. I don't need to kiss Eddie's ass. We've had a fantastic relationship. Thank you very much. Everything he said he'd do in that Nando's in Sheffield, he's done. And everything I told him I would do, I've done. Tonight I just tried to take that one final step. And you know what? I wasn't good enough, but I'll be able to live with that forever. And if I wouldn't have took this fight, that would have fucking killed me. Because I would have always been, was it good enough? And the fact of the matter is, I just wasn't. He's better than me. I can accept that. Believe it or not, I can live with that. Some fighters can't, but I can. I just wouldn't have been able to walk away if I hadn't. So that's it, mate. Any questions? Just ask me what you want to know.
Yeah.
Go on, guys.
Tony, you won't say it, but one of the reasons why everyone's enjoyed you so much is because you're so authentic as a person and as a prize fighter. You won't talk about that, of course, but is there some way that you walk away from sport and you can admit that you perhaps put a template there for other people who can dream and come into boxing and make a way in the world from neighbourhoods that are very difficult?
Well, listen, I would hate to be looked at as a role model, but what I am happy to be looked at is people who come from the place I come from. So you're coming from South Liverpool, or just Liverpool on a whole. If you deem what I've done, if your sole goal is to make money and your sole goal is to be famous, yes, I can be around for them, but understand. Well, I suppose I've made loads of mistakes. I've done some horrible things I'm not proud of. I've done madness to earn money, but do you know what? When I put it all down, I have loads of regrets, but I've lived the best life I could, and since I ever had little Corey, I've done the best by them I could. I stopped doing everything I was doing. I just tried to live a life that my son could be proud of. So, yeah, you guys here might never fail on the great height I've just failed tonight, but at the same time, very few will experience the great highs I've experienced. So if you class me as a role model for being that, then so be it. I don't personally can see it. I would rather look at someone like, I tell my little boys to look at AJ, or I tell them to look at someone like, I don't know, there's loads of good role models out there. But for me, I couldn't personally say from outside my city to look as a role model, because I've done so many bad things over the years. But at the same time, I'm very proud of myself, because I understand what I've had to come through to get where I've got, and believe me, mate, it hasn't been easy. Very few believed. When I first got into a boxing ring, I was told, you won't do this, you won't do that. People in my own amateur gym used to say to me, how can you say you're going to be a world champion? You haven't even won a fucking novice title. I won a novice title. How can you say you're going to be an ABA champion? You're only a novice. I won the fucking ABA title. My first ABA title. I sat there, and Jimmy had been dead for a year. And I remember thinking, that was winning a world title. No one thought I could win an ABA title. Nick Pete, the reporter there, he thought I lost my first fight in the senior ABAs every the fucker. But then he said it was a really close decision. He backtracked great over the years, because the further I kept going in the ABAs and winning, he kept backtracking, going, he's great. And he's followed me ever since. Nick Pete's my friend, so I've had a mad story, I could never ever envision that I would be sitting here now. I've just fought for the Undisputed Unified Cruiserweight Championship of the world against possibly the great. I'm not going to say it again, because I'll always say Evander Holyfield. It's the real deal, innit? But that man can lay claim to it, because he's done what Evander didn't do. So I can have that. I can accept that. I've gone out against the best fighter I've ever faced, and I've come into this with both eyes wide open. I just did think I was going to find a way, because, you know, I always try my best to, but it's definitely over now, mate. It's you will not see me in a boxing ring ever again. You will not see me much in the media spotlight. I don't like the media spotlight. It's not for me. So please, just leave me be. I just want to become normal again. Believe it or not, mate. I mean, I don't have to get the bus anymore or the train, but I fucking am gonna, just to get back on it. So that I just like normal. I just like normal things. I love my city. I just want normal life. I don't want all this shit and this pressure. I've had a massive amount of pressure on me since I turned professional being from Liverpool, because, in all honesty, boxing became dormant in my great city. After Jimmy Neary left, at the time he left and things like that, it just died down a bit. And Derry Matthews tried to revive it a little bit, but it was hard. A couple of others tried, but in all honesty, it was put on me. And I was topping bills in the Echo Arena for 10,000 people. I'm fighting the likes of Oval McKenzie, getting splattered on my face twice, having to get off the floor. and it's madness, mate. And I just want the other boys to shine. I want Callum Smith to have his time. I want Callum Smith to fight at Anfield and win world titles. So I'm not the only one who's fought at the football stadium. I don't want to be the only one. I don't want to go down as John Conte's the greatest fighter My City's ever produced. I'm made up with that. As long as all you guys here know, I was fucking willing to fight anyone. I'm happy with that. I've won. Like I say, everything's sorted. I've won and I'm happy. So just thank you very much, and please just leave me alone. I'm sorry I keep saying it, but
well, if you don't stop fucking talking. Next question.
Tony, just going to say thank you.
Oh, mate, thank you
for that over the 10 days. The Nathan Clever impressive kickoffs from the start. It's been an awesome job.
I look back and think, what it's it. I really do. I think
he was very hungry.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just, like I said to you, I wish. When I look back, my only regrets are the slight regrets of how I started and how I finished. Not how I finished, I'm very happy. I've had a great team around me the last 5-6 years. It's been fantastic. And for any fighters watching this, I've always said to you, I ain't the best. I'm just someone who works very hard. And these young boys coming through, there's boys better than me, just believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself and live the life, because I've lived the life. That's the one thing I can honestly say. I've never abused my body. I've never took a drug in my whole life. And I've lived the life. And people like him give me good opportunities. And I've took them with both hands, every single one. Never listened to these fellas. I can't get a break, I can't do this. They're full of shit. You just don't want it enough, or you don't work hard enough. I'm sick of hearing these fellas. Or Bellew's lucky, Bellew's got lucky with this. Or I heard one fighter say, I wish to fight the great fighter I was fighting would have snapped his Achilles, but he didn't snap his Achilles in the fucking rematch, did he? He got bounced everywhere. And I shouldn't really say that because I've got so much respect for him, and I always look up to David A. But I had so much pressure on me going into that second David A fight to prove to everyone it was fuck all to do with just the injury that he got. I've done that. I've done the impossible. Tonight, I tried to do the unimaginable, and it just didn't go right as much well as we tried. I had a great camp, fantastic. I've done the weight right. I can't say I didn't do anything, so I just lost to the better man.
So when you hear what you mentioned and we've just heard Ben, is it difficult to know you won't get the chance to make any more as a professional boxer?
Make any more?
Memories as a professional?
No, mate, because I've achieved everything. I've told you when I won an ABA title, I swear to you, I thought that was the height of my career. I really did. It was only down to Jimmy Albertina telling me he thought I could do more. I was told he told John Doolan that he thought I could be, a full world champion, and that's amazing to hear. I was one of the boys. I got trained under Jimmy Albertina for about 2 or 3 years, and understand this man trained dozens of champions, national champions. I was asked to carry Jimmy Albertina, one of the greatest things I've ever been asked, because of what Duke, one of his best friends, told me. He predicted you would be a champion. I went on and I done it, and I didn't just do it anywhere. I done it at Goodison Park, and Jimmy was also on Mad Blue, so I know he will have been there that night. I always think of him all the time. I think of my brother-in-law all the time, as I did tonight. And my family's been through so much this last year. You can't even put it into words what I've been through. To lose such a young lad like that, I just want closure on everything. My career's over. You guys have always called me Tonie Bellew. I only created the name Tonie Bellew to make me our fella proud. My name's Anthony Bellew, mate. I've never been. I'm Tony when I turn up in these cameras here. I've never been Tonie Bellew. I'm Anthony. Everyone who truly knows me calls me Anthony. My father's never called me Tony in my life. My wife's never called me Tony in my life. Well, she does to take the piss sometimes, but I know she's taking the piss. Then no one really who knows me calls me Tony. So tonight it's over, mate. Tonie Bellew died tonight. Anthony Bellew comes back alive, that little bastard who was expelled from school. So I just want reality back. I want a normal life, and I will find it, because I will stay out of all your way for a good 12 months. Even though Sky want me to carry on working, and the plan is not TV. I just want to disappear for a bit and thank all the boxing public. I think so many people wrote me off coming into this fight, and although I do need to go back and watch it on tape, I don't know exactly how it was going, but I'm told I was winning on 2 cards and I was drawing.
Yeah, just to say on that.
5-2 up, 3 rounds, 1 up.
I was one of them.
Yeah, so the Russian judge had it level, surprisingly. Alejandro Lopez had you up by 3 rounds after the 7th. And Steve Gray had you up by 1 round after the 7th.
So I was up on 2 and drawn on 1.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I suppose I kept with one of the best pure boxers in the whole game. And he is that. He is a really... He's such a neat and tidy boxer. As I said, he's all before his footwork's exceptional. He's brilliant at what he does. He will be very... No cruiserweight that I have ever seen would beat him. Well, I think Holyfield will give him a fight, but he might just be too slick on it. His feet might be too good even for someone like him. But brilliant, mate. Just exceptional.
I think it's an opinion around the ring as well.
Yeah, thank you.
That most of us had you ahead, and you know, I reckon it was one of your best in the boxing.
Thank you. I don't. You know what? The disappointing thing is, he hit me hard in the 3rd or 4th. And I cocked him with a right hook on the head. And in all honesty, I don't remember fuck all after the 3rd. I remember him telling me off for something. He's switching off or whatever. And then I think
you took some big shots in the fight.
I think I had got it in the 5th. Or I hit him hard in the 5th.
On the bell.
And I wasn't...
That was the one.
He thought I was showboating. And in all honesty, I weren't showboating to play to the crowd. I knew it was frustrating him. Because no one's ever made him miss. And no one's feet are good enough to make him fall short, and it did frustrate him. I could see it visibly in his face, and I also know I cocked him with a right hook that he will have felt. His manager just said to me, he said, "You punch very hard," but it's all well and good saying that, and he fuck me. So he's brilliant at what he does, mate. I can't knock him. He's the best fighter I've ever fought. He's the best fighter I've ever shared the ring with, and it's all down to the feet. People don't watch boxing and see the same shit that I see. The things that can make such a massive difference. He's not the biggest puncher, he's a stiff puncher. You get your respect. In the 3rd round when he hit me, I thought, I understand now finally why they don't just jump all over you and rough you up. Because my plan was going in, rough him up, hit him to the body and make it very, very uncomfortable for him. But in all honesty, I couldn't actually get close to him to grip him down because my plan was to wrestle him a little bit, fuck him up, really annoy him. And every time I got close, I couldn't grip him. He was just... He's brilliant. Yeah, you've got a good one there, lad, fuckface. Fucking came with the champion, left with the champion.
The guy, they said to me, the promoter came up to me, and, actually in the corridor after me, "You don't look very happy." And I'm like, well, you know.
Because you spent a fucking...
Give me 24 hours.
He's a good, you've got a fucking champion in him. As I say, stay away from the monsters. I think he could actually... I'm not going to say the books. I'll start setting people up now, but I'll just wait. I'll be watching. I'll be a fan going forward, and I'll just enjoy getting. I shouldn't say getting fat. She's looking at me to say you fucking won't get fat. I'm gonna get bigger. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get back to 17 stone, what it was when I started this bastard camp. Yeah, I just want to enjoy life, lad. Like normal life. What you guys take for granted, I haven't been able to do. If you want to have a pint on a Saturday night with the lads. You want to go to the match and stay behind and have a pint. I haven't been able to do that, mate, for 20 years when I feel like, so I just want a normal life.
Any more?
No, it's brilliant.
All right. Guys, thank you.